Live struggle legacy. It's a whole movement.
Hey everybody, it's your boy MP, Live Struggle Legacy, and welcome to the Live Struggle Legacy Podcast, Season 2. Now real quick, if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button, drop a comment. If you're listening to us on a streaming platform, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, drop us a comment. And if you're looking to have your business promoted, reach out, and we're looking for sponsors. All right, with no further ado, I have a very special guest, none other than, so me and bro been rocking 20 plus years.
Almost 30.
Almost 30 years. Bro, 30 years, bro. Because I've known you since before I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm 40, dog.
Yeah.
So we've been rocking since like the early 90s.
Early 90s, bro.
Yes sir. Since before most of y'all was born out there. So Shaw McLaughlin, Scissor Shaw Money, Mr. Heads Up Barbershop. Bro, I just got to thank you for coming on the show.
Man, I appreciate the reach out, man. I was definitely anticipating the invitation. So I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's been a blessing.
Well, it's a blessing to have you on the show, like straight up. So real quick, I'm gonna break the ice. I'll tell a couple stories about you. Mm-hmm. If you tell a couple stories about me, mm-hmm. we kind of break the ice, let people know who we are, how we know each other, right? So I moved to St. Pete in 1993. Okay, my mom was born and raised in St. Pete. If you've been watching the first season, then you know my whole life story. You probably know more than you ever wanted to know about me, right? But if you haven't been watching, you're just tuning in. So I was born out west, and I moved to Florida in 1993, and we moved to Florida because my father went to prison and the government took everything from us. So then we moved to St. Pete, and shit was real hard for me. Like I was living, I went from this desert life to this rural desert life to this more urban,
life.
Yeah, right.
Salt life,
yeah. exactly, and just having different friends and everything, like coming to having no friends, right? And so in a previous episode, one thing my dad did for me before he went away to prison, right, when I was about 8 years old, is and it's the best thing he could have done for my social life. He poured a slab of concrete and he put up a basketball goal, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how I met every single person in the neighborhood, and damn near every person I know to this day somehow was linked to that basketball court, right? You remember that, right?
I remember the basketball goal.
So I don't remember how or when, but I know Shaw was one of the first people I met in the city, in St. Pete, right? Right. That wasn't my family. I've been coming to St. Pete my whole life, but in the hood, right? In the hood we grew up in. So Shaw lived about 2 blocks away up the street, and So that's not the story I want to tell. I'm just telling you how we knew each other, like same friends, neighborhood friends, hanging out over here, over there, chop can at bowling alley.
Italian pizza.
Italian pizza, yes, like the OG.
Yeah,
right?
Coke in the Key, all through Coke in the Key on the bike.
Coke in the Key Plaza, yes.
Yeah.
So the story I want to tell is funny as hell. You probably don't even remember this shit. But so my house was like, we were kind of like feral children. My mom wasn't always around. My dad wasn't around. So it was like a bunch of kids hanging out like Lord of the Flies type shit, right? So when people run away from the house, they'll come to my house. That's like the shelter, right? Mm-hmm. So Shaw, right, comes to my house and was hiding in the bushes. He's like, yo, because, I don't know if you thought my mom would tell or what, but I believe you were fighting with your sister and your mom or something. Right. Something was going on. You were running away like we do when we're kids. Mm-hmm. And but the comedy is you had on these big, baggy, bright orange, brighter than these pants I got on now. If you're not watching, you're listening, I got bright orange pants on. But you had a bright orange, you said it was overall, right?
Yeah, yes. The little jumpsuit. Yes. The little jump, yeah.
And so my sister and I like really, Sean? Like, you're supposed to be ducking. Like, what?
It's like, I wasn't, I'm a kid. I mean, probably that's what I had on. So I just left the house. You know, I had time to change.
But that was the style back then too, right? The big oversized overalls, right? So that was just like the comedy, right? Just a funny story. We got so many stories, but there's another story that I want to share. And this is on some real shit, right? And this is more about your mom,
right,
than about you. And one thing I always remember about your mom, we used to think she was so mean. We would go over to your house, bro, and like, be scared of your mom. I remember we used to be scared of your mom,
She
bro.
demanded respect.
Right? Yes, sir. But we were kids. You don't know, you don't realize, and as you get older, you start to see like this is a person who cares. Right. You don't realize that when you're trying to hide your cigarettes and your weed, and you feel like you get shook down, and it's like this is a person that cares, right? So at that time, in my home, things were kind of rough. My father wasn't around. My mom was going through some things, and at this time, my mom was really going through some things, and the house was a disaster, and it was overrun by kids. And I will never forget this day. I don't know how your mom knew. I don't know what called her to come over. But this is like almost like some divine intervention shit. Because this is like a rock bottom moment for my mom and in turn, my sister and I. And so we're all hanging out like we always do, running the house. My mom is basically hiding from all of us in her room with the door locked. We're out there smoking our cigarettes. And we're like 11, 12 years old. We're children out there smoking cigarettes on the porch, cigarette butts everywhere. Whole house is trash. And Shaw's mom showed up. Shout out to Shaw's mom. Shout out Mom Dukes.
Shout out Mom Dukes.
Showed up with pizza for everybody. And I believe work gloves and trash bags. And she gave everybody a job. She's like, y'all gonna pick up every single cigarette butt out here. And of course I'm like, I don't think so. But she wasn't going for it. She's like, no, this is what it is. My mom's door was locked. She didn't even so it's like, okay, Patricia's running the show. but and as grumpy as I was about that, and as like, offended as a kid who feel like I'm the man of the house back then, right? Feeling like, how dare you come into my 11-year-old space, right? But in retrospect, it's like, man, what a good heart. And what a genuine, caring person to come over and somehow because I don't believe my mom talked to her like that. She intuitively knew that some shit was fucked up where we were at.
And it's so crazy because I remember you telling me this story a couple of weeks ago, and I had totally forgot about it. And I reflected on it, and I was like, I started remembering. I was like, damn. And like you said, I don't know how she knew. But she knew. She knew that your mama needed help, and she knew like cleaning that space up would be good for your mom's mental health at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy how she, like you said, it was like divine intervention in a sense, man. Like my mom did a lot of crazy stuff when I was coming up, man. And like you said, like I used to get mad at her stuff, but then you grow up and you understand. You know what I'm saying? My mom's awesome, man. Shout out, Mom. I love you to death, man. Like you're my heart, man. But yeah, that was, and then for you to remember that, and I know when he told me that he had so much passion into it, I know that meant a lot to you. You know what I'm saying? And that just made me feel good about my mama, man.
Absolutely, man. I will never forget that for the rest of my life. Like that's why I had to tell that story. And I don't even think I've seen your mom since shortly after that time. So we're talking about it's been 30 years,
bro.
And it's like, but I would never ever forget that, and I would never forget the heart of your mom to come in there and do that. For my mom, for us, for our household, and that speaks volumes on Mom Duke. So shout out Mom Duke.
Shout out Moms, appreciate it.
Absolutely, much love. So I know we got tons and tons of stories. I figure if you want to break the ice, you didn't tell me. Okay, yes sir.
Hey, for one thing. So I don't know if you remember this story. First of all, I want to apologize to you. So we was kids back then, and I had sticky fingers back then, man. I really did. I used to steal from my friends all the time. Do you remember when I stole your pager?
I do remember that, bro.
So listen, Michael Paul had this clear. It was pagers back. This before cell phones. Pagers were the shit. You had
to wear them on the front belt.
Yeah, he had just got this pager. It was a clear pager. And you had it for like 2 or 3 days. And I remember I was like, yo, Michael, let me borrow that pager. And you're like, all right, cool. So I took your pager and I walked to the store with it. I came back. I told you we got jumped. I lost the pager running this, that, and the third. Man, I had this man's pager the whole time with the same number on it. calling numbers back that was texting from the pager. And I think one time Pauline texted the number and I called back and she picked up and I hung up on her. And I was like, oh shit, but I don't know. That's one of the crazy memories I have. But I do want to apologize for that because I was a badass little kid.
But you know what I remember? You gave me some janky ass piece of shit ass pager. You're like, here. You were like, oh, you take this one. That's what I got. But here's what's so crazy. I was going through boxes. I told you my dad's place got flooded with the storms and shit. Right. I was going through all these old boxes. I found that pager, bro.
Get the fuck out
I have that pager.
Was it black? Is it black?
It's black, bro.
That's crazy.
Yes. That's great because I never would have remembered that. But on another note, I remember. So when we were kids, we were clowns, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm gonna tell you one more story. I'm sure you got others, but Shaw is a talented dude, an extremely talented dude. The first singer-songwriter I ever knew. The first singer-songwriter I ever knew. Shaw used to make up songs about my mom. Used to make up songs about other... I don't know if it was you or Kendrick. Shout out Kendrick.
KJ, what's up?
KJ, man? We might have to get you on the show, right?
You know, I mean to cut you off real quick, man. He's doing big with the
football.
The football.
Private school.
You got to get him out here.
Man.
He's got a great story too.
Oh, absolutely. KJ, we coming for you next, bro. Mm-hmm. I hope you're watching, right? And I know he's gonna watch this one. I'm gonna send it to him. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember if it was you or Kendrick. But my mom used to walk around with these little, with my mom had this bright, if you've never seen my mom, she has bright orange hair, and she wouldn't shave her armpits, so she would have the red, hairy armpits. And remember, at the time, R. Kelly was big at the time. And the irony is, you know, what that man is going through now, and the contents of this song, right? There ain't nothing wrong with a little bumper rhyme, right? The Shaw remix. There ain't nothing wrong with Michael Paul's mom's hairy armpit.
They used to tick you off so bad, bro. I know it did.
But in retrospect, it's hilarious, bro. I'm not gonna sing the Offspring version. That one somebody might get offended. But do you remember the remake of Keep 'Em Separated? Like I can't even.
I remember the song, but I don't remember about my remix. You got me lost on that one.
I don't know if that one needs to make the cut, but it was about somebody that we grew up with and some of the issues that they were having in school.
LeGrande?
Shout out LeGrande.
Hey, EH Sports. It's in the game.
I'm gonna say it, bro. I remember every word to the song. Like the EH classes. Like MSDP. Mike slipped on the way to the classroom, busting his ass with the greatest of ease. The EH classes are really crazy. Mike likes to spank his small wee wee. And when he started squirting, his mama walked in. She said, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. Hey, why you spanking your wee wee? Clean it up. I'm getting out real soon.
And we used to make him mad with that too, man. You know, he came and got a haircut from me. I usually see him about once a year, man.
Hey, Mike, we love you, bro. Yeah. Just know that.
Oh, yeah, Mike know it's all love, man. Mike growing like, he ain't no more, man. He's not EH no more. No, my man, he's doing.
No, that man's doing his thing, bro. He's doing his thing.
He done got big.
Yeah, he done pumped up and everything.
He lost his girl not too long ago.
Yeah, man.
And it's crazy because I haven't reached out to him yet. I'm kind of going through the same thing with my wife, man. She has some medical issues, and I reached out to him. You know what I mean? But he was like, "Yo, bro, call me anytime, man." Yeah. I haven't reached out to him yet, but I appreciate you opening the phone line for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing good though, man. He's doing good, man. I see Mike LeGrande, Big Mike.
Big Mike's doing real good.
Yeah, I see he moved back down here. He moved back down
doing
here.
Doing real good, doing body work. Yep, shout out Big Mike.
Yeah.
So then if y'all are watching this and you don't know, these are all the neighborhood kids. We were all in the same neighborhood. We all in the same neighborhood, all within the same area, and we got some legends from within just a couple blocks, right?
Man, yeah.
Within that, it was a pretty powerful area.
Yeah.
I'll make fun of myself now. I ain't just make fun of everybody else. But do you remember? All y'all, you, Mike, everybody would make fun of me, bro, because everybody would go to Tropicana on their bikes. I was the littlest, youngest in the whole group, right? And every time I try to go, remember what my mom used to say? I wasn't allowed to cross 4th Street. It's a whole other world out there. Everybody used to say that. That's why my mom, and we always hang out at my house because my mom didn't want me leaving. So you can't cross 4th Street. It's a whole other world out there. So every time I'm out there and I'm ready to bump, I'm like, man, no, Michael Paul, man, you better take your ass. I'm ready to cross 4th Street. It's a whole other world out there.
Oh, snap, man. Damn.
So okay, bro. Let's get into Shaw's live struggle, bro. Tell us about your live struggle, however deep you want to go.
Man, I started. I would say around that time. We was all kids at that time, but we all grow up at some point. I think about 13, 14, I started going left. I started smoking weed, skipping school. You remember Coco? You remember Big O?
Yeah, bro.
Joined Coco's gang. You know what I'm saying? Skipping school. Went fucking left in life, and the way we grew up, man. It wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we still here.
Yeah, exactly.
So we all right.
Right. But I'm saying, like, the decisions, I made bad decisions, as a young man. And to this day, I'm still paying for them shits. I was selling crack at 16 years old. I sold to an undercover 3 times. They waited till I was 18 to come get me and charge me as an adult. Now, to this day, I'm 43 years old. I applied for an apartment like 6 months ago. I got fucking denied on an apartment for what I did when I was 16 years old. I'm 43 now. I ain't caught no felony since, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, went to prison. I got caught. They gave me house arrest and 3 years probation. I did the house arrest. Couldn't do the probation, bro. I just didn't get along with my probation officer, and I was still doing dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? So went to prison for 18 months, got out, bro. It's so crazy because when I was in prison showed me, I was only in there for 18 months. I probably did like 15 months. When I was in prison, I realized none of my homeboys was writing me. None of my homegirls was writing me. My mom was sending me money every now and again. It was me and the people I was around, but what that showed me was it's like you're in this shit by yourself. This shit called life, you were in control of your own shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. So being in prison, I wasn't scared to go back when I got out, and it just taught me to be a smarter criminal. So when I got out of prison, I jumped right. They used to give you $100 when you catch a bus. Yeah. I took that $100. I took $20. Got some McDonald's. You get a you get both of them. I got the bus ticket back to St. Pete and the $100. Okay. I took $20, bought a pack of Newports, some goddamn food. I took $80 and went to go see the dope man. I took the money the state gave me and gave it right back to the dope man. Like, okay, I need to pump up. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't care. When I got out of prison, bro, I didn't give a shit. I felt alone. I felt like everybody betrayed me, even though it was me. You know what I'm saying? You grow up and you realize it's you. You know what I'm saying? But so I did that, but I became smarter too, man. I sold cocaine, and I was selling crack when I first got out. Got enough to buy an ounce of cocaine, and I just started selling coke. But I started selling it to people I knew. Yeah. I'm not on the corner with it. Yeah. I'm not like, I'd be at Baby Dolls with bags, shit like that. But I did that for probably like 10 years, bro, and it was getting away with it. But I knew at some point I started having kids. I started having more kids. I had my son before I went to prison. When I got out, I had my daughter. Then I had another daughter. I knew at some point the shit was going to fall in. So I always liked cutting hair. My daughter's mom, shout out to Jody Gower, man, because she really pushed me in to going to barber school. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get into that.
She told me one day, she was like, she mentioned barber school, but I fucking hated school. Any type of school, I hated it. So she mentioned it, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Yeah. So one day she's like, yo, we're going to go out and eat lunch. I said, okay, bet. Boom. I jump in the car. She takes me to fucking barber school. She's like, get out. I already talked to the people.
Oh, shit.
She pushed me through the door.
That's what's up, man. Though, bro.
And to this day, man, that shit changed my life. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I did barber school. I did probably I got half of it done. Life was falling apart again. So I moved to Atlanta, started cutting hair in a barbershop up there, fucking people up. You know what I mean? But I was getting the reps in, and when I moved back to Florida, I finished school, and then I became a barber, man. And that shit really changed my life. Now, when I moved back from Florida to Atlanta, I jumped right back in the dope game. You know what I'm saying? I came back, I busted out in Atlanta. I was pretty much on my dick. Moved back to Florida, called, hey, I need one of them things, you know what I'm saying? They put me back on. I was doing that while I finished my school. But as soon as I got done with school, God talked to me. He was like, all right, you're done. put it up. I remember selling my last sack. You know what I'm saying? My
that's
last,
what's
I had
up,
a dub left.
See, that's
my boy Fred came and grabbed. I remember, and I was like, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
And then I started cutting hair, man, and it just blossomed
when was that?
from that. 2010.
Yeah.
2010.
So you're talking about 15 years strong now.
Oh yeah.
This
year.
year.
This year's 15 years.
Hell yeah!
15,
Congratulations, brother. Yes.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes.
And then it's been a blessing. It's been ups and downs, but I found my way, and that's why I always say, like, I look back in my life, and there's been so much shit that happened that I should have went down for that I didn't. God was like, that ain't for you. Even though I was banging my head against that wall, knocking on that door. God, like, no, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm totally blessed. That's why I'm like, we do a lot of charity events. And the reason why I do that is because I know I have to give, because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be behind that wall or be dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. So it's just been a blessing, man. So I just try to wake up and try to impact whatever I'm around, whoever I'm around. I try to impact in a positive way because I know what I came from. You know what I'm saying? And God spared the shit out of me, man. So it's been a blessing since, man. And we're just trying to move forward.
Man, I got to give you your flowers, bro, because I know where you came from, bro. We came from a couple blocks away from each other, and it's not a lot of success stories from that neighborhood.
It ain't.
It's very few.
It's a lot of people cross. What your mama said? It's a whole nother world out there. There's a lot of people cross Fortune life died, bro.
Well,
a lot of people that we grew up with over there, even Tonio, Big Bo, and all them for catching time and all that, bro. It's crazy.
Everybody either caught time or got killed.
Corey, damn, what his name was? Corey, they used to look like Martin. He's one of the first homies I knew that ever got shot and killed. I always seen that shit on TV. Yeah. Damn, what is his name? You know Mark and Matt, the twins?
Yeah.
They're cousin.
Okay.
I thought Corey Ware. Corey Ware, shot in the head. And it's like, I was like, oh shit, that shit was real.
Corey Ware got shot in the head?
Corey Ware got shot in the head. This is like in the fucking 90s, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first person I ever knew that died.
I didn't know Corey Ware. Damn.
Yeah, he got shot in the head and killed. I think it was about some bullshit, too. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, so.
I mean, we could go on and on about all the murders that happened just within that little stretch right there.
Man.
You know
the messed up thing, that's why he was saying, like, if I would have just listened to my mom back then, I played baseball. I was getting good grades at school. If I had just stood on that line, bro, it's like things would turn out different. But I believe everything happens for a reason.
You wouldn't be who you are today.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So, like I said, life's a blessing, man. It's a blessing when you make it through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
So you talked about charity, and I want to get into that. But before we do, tell us about Shaw Money, man. How did you and your history with music?
And I want to talk about MP for a second too, because listen, bro, you was before you went to prison, bro. You was making some noise out there, and I couldn't believe it. Y'all don't know Michael Paul. 10-year-old Michael Paul with the punk rock hair, little skinny ass kid, never listened to rap music. You put me on the Nirvana, the Green Day, all that, you know what I'm saying? So
what you used to call me, bro? Headbanger Boogie.
Headbanger Boogie, bro. Like, for real. So it was so crazy how I lost contact with you, and then time went by, and then I heard about you in the music scene. I'm like, bro, that ain't the same fucking Michael Paul that. What the fuck? And you was like G'd up and shit. I said, damn, bro, you made a whole 360. Not only that, you was making a lot of noise. Boy, you was shaking the city at the time, too.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, no, real shit. I was blowed, bro, because I like the person I knew and the person I see, I was like, damn, bro, that's outrageous. I would never think you would have got to that level being the kid that you were. You know what I'm saying?
So you made me remember something funny as hell, bro, because I used to catch hell in the city, bro. Mm-hmm. See, what I was doing back then wasn't cool back then. Mm-hmm. Now it's cool. Everybody do it, right? And when I say that, I mean the big baggy Janko jeans, running around with my skateboard, and my chain wallet, and my mohawk. Right. Now, if you remember my mohawk, so I was always down with the set. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was always down with the set. What was it? The HCT, the hardcore thugs. Right?
Shout out to Billy and Charlie and Tremaine.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the homies, the hardcore thugs. So I was down with the set. You know what I mean? And so there was a 7-point crown. You know what I mean? And I had the 7 spikes. The spikes I had the 7 spikes for the 7. So when we go to the all-night skate, where shit got real.
Right, got real.
You know what I mean? And I look different than everybody else, but then I give a fuck. And I'm catching hell for it, bro. Mm-hmm. If you remember, I'm catching hell. It wasn't like, I would literally walk out the street and get my motherfucking ass whooped, bro. Yeah. You know? Shit. Every fucking day. But I still brought my ass outside every day. And there's so many times you step outside, you get your ass whooped before you get tired of that shit. You know what I mean? Like but yeah, man, that journey is like all that shaped me, bro. All that music. So and I talk about this in previous podcasts, but see, I missed all that. See, by the time you were 16, we done went different routes. You know what I mean? You're son of dope. I'm doing whatever the fuck I was doing at the time, but what my mom was doing for me, shout out to my mom, dude. So one thing that she always did to try to keep me safe, she would have worked at the State Theater or Janus Landing. Mm-hmm. She was really plugged in to the music venues, right? Okay. So what she would do to try to keep me from hanging out in the streets, right? She would bring me out with her, right? They were all ages shows. So my mom be doing her thing, partying, whatever, and I'd be hanging behind the sound booth. You know what I mean? With the sound engineer, with the live sound guy, in the best seats in the house, or I'd be down in the fucking mosh pit, and I would go to every genre you could think of. Right, the State Theater. Bro, I've been to fucking punk rock shows. I've been to jazz shows. I saw DMX in that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, and that was like my upbringing, and what really crafted my passion for music. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I do hip hop, but I'm not stuck in any box with any one genre. You know what I mean? But this ain't about me, bro. This is about you. So I want to talk about Shaw Money. I want to talk about, because I knew, bro, when we were kids, and the way that you had this talent for remaking songs, right? It basically like some St. Pete Weird Al type shit. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm talking about?
You had the albums.
Yeah, man. I had every album. Everything, yeah. So what you called, I knew you had this talent for writing. I knew you had this talent for music, and you always had this talent for people, bro. Yeah. But when when we were around each other, you were just making parodies.
That's
right?
it. Yeah.
But when did it become real? When did you really start?
I think when I was like 17, 18 years old. I used to try to write. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really know how to put a song together or anything. But I never really took it seriously. But I think when I got out of prison, so when I was in prison, I was in Lancaster, and we used to march everywhere, child time. Yeah. So they had a dude doing the cadence. Yeah. So I was there for like 6 months. I was always going like, damn, I want to do the cadence one time. So one time I got on there and they let me rock the cadence. Yeah. And when I did it, I rocked that bitch. Yeah, so it kind of gave me a little what's the word? Confidence. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. So when I got out, like I said, I started selling drugs again. I'm like, you know what? This is my plan. I'm going to sell drugs and become a rapper. You know what I mean? Yeah. So then I started doing this through that.
I understand that.
Yeah. Everybody's dream at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I had a homie Fred, man. God bless the dead, my boy Fred. He always had one of them home studios, but I was real shy. Like I was real I could do parody dumb shit, but really being serious about it, I was always super shy. So one day I was like, man, fuck it, man, just go over there and do your thing. And me and my cousin Pete, my cousin Mike, call him cousin Pete, we went over there and we did a song together, and it was pretty dope. So that's kind of, I was like, okay, let me try to, you know what I mean? So it just kind of went from there, man. Just being around people in the music, I used to be with JJ a lot. JJ was doing the music, so just being around people and really just thinking that was the only way out. I was thinking to myself like, I'm gonna be dead, I'm gonna be in jail, I'm gonna be a rapper. That was all I was thinking at the time. So rapping was like my job. That was my career I was going for, and drug dealing was gonna get me to that. You know what I mean? But it didn't happen like that, obviously. But that's kind of how I got into it, man. And my mom she used to always catch me walking in the room. I'd be singing songs and shit like that when I was younger. So music has just kind of always been with me. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah. I don't know where I came up with Shaw Money from. I don't know where I got that name from. It just one day I just said it and I just kind of stuck with it and I just rocked out with it, man.
You was making waves though, bro.
I was making waves for a little bit too, and then shit got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I didn't like, I started seeing the politics. I remember the gatekeeping, and like we was talking about earlier, the crab in the bucket mentality. Yes. When I told you when I was cutting hair in Atlanta, when I was in Atlanta, the guy that owned the barbershop, his cousin was Kane from the Yin Yang Twins. Okay. So that nigga used to be in the shop all the time. So he was just kind of schooling me. Like I seen how Atlanta niggas move to the point where they would try to help you come up.
It's different.
It's nothing like I thought niggas was like the way that it was in St. Pete. I thought that's how black people was everywhere. Till I got to Atlanta, and it was a culture shock. Yeah. So then when I moved back, I was still doing the music, but it made me look at it totally different. And I started seeing the gatekeeping and listen, who's sucking who type shit. And I'm like, bro, literally. I'm like, bro, that ain't it right there. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. I think one time they did you remember the Hip Hop Soda Shop? I don't know if
I do.
So they had a contest going up there, and they were like, everybody bring your single, and da-da-da. And I had Money Ho out at the time, and that bitch was hot. That was my shit right there. So I remember I brought it up there, and the two people that won, I'm not going to mention their names, but both of them were signed under another label. It was kind of like it was already rigged. And when I seen that, I was like, you know what? That ain't it. But I like music to this day. If my voice wasn't so cracky, I would still like try to get in the studio and shit.
Will you know?
No, man, I wouldn't.
No,
period. No, that shit over with, bro. I be in the car trying to rap. I be like, bro, I be vaping and stuff.
I don't know, bro. I feel like I might be able to pull you out one day, bro.
You ain't gonna be able to. I'm telling you, man. My boy J Bo's trying to get me in that thing. When I'm like, nah, I can't do it.
That might be the new swag.
No, it ain't. I sound old, bro. Trust me. It's like, no, it's a 43 nigga trying to.
Did you come out with a song though, kind of recently, like something
Drunk So when I moved to Brandon, I kind of like rebranded myself. So I went and got a studio for myself. I was just making music at the house. I wasn't trying to get no record deal or nothing. Like it was more of a hobby. You know what I mean? And I left Shaw Money. I picked up Drunk cause I remember I showed up to one of my sister's kids' birthday parties, wasted. Somebody, that's my drunk ass uncle. So I'm like, damn, Drunk I was like, damn, that kind of go together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that was even like 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So well, like I said, I still love music. I like listening to some of these young dudes, what they're doing now. I don't like the majority of it. A lot of this shit is trash.
Who are you rocking with now, right?
Like Lil Baby. Yeah. I listen to. I really don't like Lil Baby's new album.
I've heard they got not so great reviews.
Yeah, you know, I think he just pushed that out to kind of just try to get, you know when you sign a deal, you got to do something. Yeah. I think it was like one of those projects.
Trying to get out the deal type shit.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, I was fucking with heavy was Pooh Shiesty. I like that Murphy music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They got their own little swag, bro, and I like him. Sorry he went down. Damn, who else I'm rocking with, man? What's the little boy from Texas? The little damn. I don't even know the dude's name, man. Mexican OT. I like him. Yeah, it's another dude, another little fat dude from Texas. A Big Extra Plug. Is he from Texas?
I think so.
I like him. This is his voice. Him and what's the other guy? It's him and another dude, but it's like everything they say, it just sounds good. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's so much bullshit out right now with these kids, especially all this drill music.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I remember listening to music when we was growing up. My mom used to be like, turn that shit off. You don't understand, Mom. But really, some of that shit was controlling how we were thinking, man. What you put in your brain is what comes out, man. So I see these kids nowadays, it's like you listen to all this kill, pull up on you, spin the block. And then you really going out here doing this shit, and it's like, bro, you see this shit, it's crazy, man.
So I want to touch on something now that you said that, and because I feel like you could provide some insight because you said something, bro, and I'm giving, spirit talking to me right now, and the goosebumps. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you remember they canceled Dave Chappelle? Or they tried to. You can't cancel Dave Chappelle. You remember why? Because he made the joke about like a transgender person or something. But what people fail to realize, they completely deflected his whole message. And they made him out to be like anti-gay and try to cancel it. What they didn't tell you was that he had just put on a transgender person and was like actually supportive of their career as a comedian. He's a comedian, he makes jokes.
Right.
But what nobody talks about, they only talk about the fact that he bashed the gay community, right? And he's a comedian. It's kind of his job, right? Ain't nobody safe, right? He's not anti-gay, whatever. Like clearly he has gay friends. He put a transgender person on into the community. But here's the point I'm trying to make. Nobody talks about the fact that what he was really trying to say was that, okay, the baby murdered a man in a Walmart parking lot and beat the charge and suddenly got signed. Right? That pretty much is what got him signed.
Right. I remember that.
You know what I mean? it propelled his career. So he killed a young person that looked like him. And they fucking rewarded him, promoted him, and made a career out of it. Because all he talks about is killing people that looks like him. You know what I'm saying? That man fucked around and made one gay statement. They canceled his ass, bro. Lost his spot at, I believe, South by Southwest or whatever was popping, whatever he had, lost all his endorsements, lost everything. Now you barely hear about Big Baby or the baby, right? And I'm saying this to say that this is no theory. This is conspiracy, bro. Oh. I was locked up in an organization called CCA, Correction Corporations of America. Y'all can Google that. They changed names. They are privately, they're publicly traded, right? So way back in the day, when I was locked up in Pinellas County Jail, you remember Keefe, the brand?
Oh yeah, Keefe.
So anybody that's been locked
Keefe
up knows when you go to prison, they have their own brand. The whole shebang chips. Everybody talks about whole shebang chips, right? Yeah, exactly. So and then you got the Keefe coffee. It's this whole brand that you don't see in normal stores, right?
You can't even get on the streets.
And way back then, everybody used to be like, the Bush is on that. The Bush is on it. And then, of course, the ones who come out, the debunkers and the fact checkers are like, the Bushes can't own that. It's publicly traded. Yeah, but the Bush is on stock in it, goddamn. The Bush is on stock in the people that pour the concrete for the prison. The politicians own stock in the people that pour the steel for the bars, right? I mean, you name it, they're in cahoots. Yeah. And then the lobbyists, they get the kickbacks, you know what I mean? And so I'm saying this to say that Crazy Bone.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Yeah. They wanted them to talk about killing the prisons
and those dudes were executives from CCA, Correction Corporations of America. Corrections and Corporations of America have quotas on beds, right? They have contracts with the government to where the government promises this private organization that their beds are going to be full. And if the beds aren't going to be full, then they're going to pay them X amount of dollars per bed. But is the government paying them? Who's paying them? We paying them, right? Yes, so it's like this whole system is designed to. So we they don't know what we know, but what was happening in these meetings with Crazy Bone is they were telling these rappers that they're going to give them record deals and pay them all this money and promote them and get them on radio and get them endorsements and all these things to make music about committing crimes so that they can influence kids to go out and commit crimes, right?
Let me tell you something real quick. Do you remember Jimmy Wiggins, Fat Jimmy? Used to stay at
I remember the name, bro, but my memory real fucked up.
Yeah, mine too. Me and Jimmy went to go see Boys in the Hood. We were both 13 years old. We caught a bus to Tyrone Mall to go see Boys in the Hood. Now Jimmy Wiggins at the time, me and Jimmy were like straight and narrow kids.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. When we walked out of that movie, bro, we wanted to go beat somebody. The energy. And I remember it back then, like, damn, bro, why we feeling like this? Like, we really wanted to go get into some shit, and we weren't like that. But what you see, what you put in your eyes is going to come out. So, like you're saying, like, they know what they're doing with these rappers, bro. They know that that the music that they promote, they know what it's doing to our communities. They know what it's doing to these kids that are listening. They think they got to live up to that shit. And like you said, like, we're killing each other. You know what I mean? The prison beds are getting full. You know what I'm saying? The stereotype lives on, and it's like, and their pockets get fat. You know what I mean? That's why it's so important, like, community and leaders and damn, what's the word I'm looking for, man? We need
role models.
Yes, it's mentors. Yes, it's so important, man. I think like we grew up, we really didn't have nobody like that. We did,
but they weren't doing the right thing. We were learning to do all the wrong shit. That's how you pull this lick.
Right.
Make sure you wipe the prints off the joint. You know what I mean? Like.
It's crazy, man. And you be that old head telling these young, hey boy, that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you see him about to crash. I got a nephew right now pissed off at me. Cause I seen him, I think he's back in prison at this point. Yeah. He about to crash out. Yeah. I'm about to tell you, hey bro, that ain't the thing to do. You gonna tell me shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Boom, crash out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because you can have these conversations with these kids. sometimes they don't want to hear it. But, life be the best teacher sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's why I got to give you your flowers because, I mean, look at me. I went away for damn near a decade, bro. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of people were safe in our community unless you were like my sister and you stayed in the room and you stayed on your books and you stayed, you know what I mean, away. You didn't go out the house. You know what I mean? But you walk out the house, we were the definition of fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? Like, we were fucking around and we were finding out.
Right.
But it's only so few people that actually made something, right? So I got to give you your flowers. So Shaw is a successful business owner, entrepreneur. He's got a barbershop, heads up barbershop. So you told us it's been 15 years strong. Man, share with us a little bit of your story about what you had to do, because I know it wasn't easy. Right. I know there were times you wanted to throw in the towel, right? Probably times that you had setbacks and that you thought you never were going to bounce back from. Right. But something inside you kept you going. Something kept you inspired. Like, share a little bit of that sauce.
All right, so I was in St. Pete, but I got my barber's license. I worked at Barber King. Shout out to Gary. Worked at Barber King for 2 years. I needed a change in my life. I had a eureka moment, man. I looked around at all the people I was hanging around. I'm still kind of, I'm not in the scene, but I'm in the scene in a sense. And the people I was with, so I just wanted to move, man. I wanted to plant new seeds somewhere else, man. And I moved out to Brandon, and that's where I'm at now. This is 2013. And so that way it gave me a chance to recreate myself. Because the people I was around have seen me go through shit, and sometimes they'll never, you got to understand, like, when people know you for one thing, they kind of can never see you another way, unless you disappear and show them, you know what I'm saying? So I disappeared. I started working at another barbershop. My main objective was to build up a clientele and open my own business by the time I was 35. That's the goal I gave myself. I think I was 31 when I moved out there. So I started working at this dope barbershop, Millennium Barbershop. I hustled my ass off. I came to work every day. I was one of the first ones to come, last ones to leave. Passing out my cards. I got on my grind, you know what I'm saying? One thing about me, I've always been a hustler. Never been lazy, you know what I'm saying? I don't like handouts type shit. I'm very prideful like that, you know what I mean? So this is a very interesting story, and I love telling this story. So one day I was driving to work. Now, mind you, I've already got it in my mind. Every day I go to work, I'm trying to get, build at least one client, because at some point I knew I was going to open my own shop. So I'm driving to work one morning, and there was this little rundown Citco gas station I never stop at because it looks dirty and shit, right? So one day I was like, I needed gas. I'm like, yo, I'm going to stop here. So I stopped there. Now, on the Citco gas station, there was like a little spot on the side of it. So as I'm pumping my gas, I had my barber schmuck on. This crackhead dude comes out the little spot, and he's like, hey, man, you a barber? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I got a barber shop right here. And I'm like, the fuck? And he pulls me in this building. Building's all fucked up, bro. It's got carpet in it. It's just all jacked up. He's like, you want to work here? And I'm like, no, bro. You know what I mean? But right across the street from that ugly ass shit was they were building brand new houses. They had just laid the foundation on like 100 houses. So my brain went, okay, this dude was literally like a crackhead. I think he was like a meth head. So I'm like, damn, I don't think this dude gonna last here long. If you could put some money into this building, they got brand new houses going across the street. I said, okay. So it was always in the back of my brain. Listen, I would drive up and down. Finally, I drove up and down it. Every day I would pass this place, and I kept saying, every time I drove past it, I would say out loud, that's my barbershop. Boom, that's my barbershop. That's my barbershop. I would say it twice a day. On my way to work, on my way from work.
Positive affirmation.
Positive affirmation. Law of attraction. Law of attraction. So one day, I was driving by, guess what? That bitch said for rent. Okay, cool. Went in there, talked to the owner. We came up with a number. I said, okay, cool. Now, mind you, we were just getting by. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't had no money saved up. I needed about 10 bands. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to a bank, get a loan. Went to 3 banks. Denied. So my best friend had a paid off Infinity. He said, man, put my car up for collateral. I said, man, he's like, man, put my car up for collateral. Car was worth 10 grand. And that's what I needed was 10 grand. Went back to the banks. Denied again. So I'm like frustrated at this point because I can't get up. You know what I mean? So one day I'm cutting one of my clients up. And just out of nowhere, it was this Indian dude that I met at another corner store. I went in there. He used to see me come in with my kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So He knew me for about a year, so I went in there. I put my business cards down one day. He's like, "Oh, you cut hair?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come check you out one day." So that was about a year ago. I've been cutting his hair for a year. So at this time that I'm getting denied from the banks, next time I cut him, he's like, "Hey man, why don't you open up your own shop?" And I'm like, "Man, that's crazy you say that because I've been going to bank to bank, getting denied. He's like, "How much you need?" I said, "I'm just going for 10 grand. He said, "Man, call me when you get off work." I was like, "The fuck?" So boom, I get off work. I called him, Rakesh, man. I'll never forget him. I called Rakesh. Rakesh said, "What's your last name?" I said, "McLaughlin." He said, "I got a check for you by tomorrow." Now, mind you, Rakesh was a store clerk. That's what I thought. Rakesh owned the fucking store. He owned 2 Hilton hotels. He was a multi-millionaire, bro. You'll never tell by how he carried himself. And I don't know what he saw in me. I'm about to tear up, bro. I'm telling you, man. I don't know what he saw in me, man. This man gave me a check for 10 grand and told me, man, he say, damn, bro. He said, he was like, I said, "Well, damn, how much you want on top of that?" So I don't want nothing on top of it, man. He was like, "This is you." You know what I'm saying? Just pay me back when you can type shit. Not, bro, that shit literally changed my life, man. And he would still come get a haircut once a month after that. And when he would come, I would cut him a check for $300, and he would still pay me for the haircut. And really, bro, that's what put me on. You know what I'm saying? So it was divine intervention type shit.
Now, was he the one from the store next door? Or?
No, he was at another store that I used to go to.
Just somebody that you would talk to going to the store all the time.
Yeah. The store that the barbershop was on one side, and another store was on like the other side of the city. You know what I mean? But I think like he used to see how I was with my kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, big shout out to him, man, and everything was paid off, and I haven't talked to him in years, but after I paid the loan off, I think he moved back to India, because he kept telling me he's gonna move back to India. He's got a wife out there, but everything just happened at the right time. That's why you just gotta be patient, and that's why too, you can't treat people. You'll never know who's in front of you, bro, and who can change your life, bro. Real talk, that's such a magic moment for me, man. I'm sorry getting all the. I'm a cancer, bro. So I'm an emotional person. I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know what I'm saying? So. But that's what started me in my shop. Now, I was there for 3 years. We did really well, man. Like I said, as small as the location was, we got great foot traffic because, like I said, they were building all those new houses.
Is this in Tampa?
This is in Brandon. Oh, no, actually, as a matter of fact, this one was in Riverview, which is
that was your first spot.
Little south from Tampa. And they finished building the houses. The houses were selling, bro. We were flooded. And what happened was 2.5 years into my lease, I signed a 3-year lease. The landlord came to me. He said, "Listen, I'm selling the building." He said, "I don't know if this guy's going to want a barbershop here." So he was like, "You need to talk to him when he gets here. I don't know if you're going to renew your lease." So I meet the new owner. I talk to him. He's like, "Oh, yeah, we'll talk about it." Long story short, I get up to the last month before my lease is up. He's like, "Yeah, I don't want a barbershop here." And I'm like, "The fuck?
You waited till the last
minute, my G?" So now I'm scrambling. I'm like, shit, I got this booming business. I'm like, where am I going to take it? Everywhere I go around, full, or the price was too much, all this, all that. So I had 2 weeks left in that spot. And I was driving home one day. I went to so many different locations. I got denied on one for back child support at the time. It was a nice location. Dude denied me on because I had back child support at the time. And I was at wit's end where I was going to have to put my shit in storage and go work for somebody else. And one day I was driving. Here's another divine intervention story.
Yes.
I was driving and a little voice came in my head and said, "Go check out your homeboy at this shop. See if he knows anything." And I'm like, all right. Listen to the little voice in my head. Pull up. It's my boy Berto. Went into his barbershop, told him what was going on. He's like, "I don't know anywhere, my boy." We chopped it up for about an hour. Right before I left, he goes, "Hold on." He's like, "There's a spot on Bloomingdale." He's like, "A barber just came here the other day and said that there was a barbershop there, but it's closed down." Now, mind you, I had rode past this shop a couple times because I seen it say barbershop outside, but I'm thinking to myself, there was already a shop there. I didn't even stop. He's like, "Go check it out." So I went and checked it out. It says barbershop outside. The walls were up. It was set up as a barbershop. All you had to do was just put your shit in there. No demolition, no nothing. So I'm like, okay, well, shit, this might be it. So I called the number on the fucking door, to the landlord. Bro, I hit fucking send. I was renting an apartment at the time through a company called Rent the Bay. I fucking hit send. It's my fucking landlord's number. the people I was renting the apartment from were the same people that own my barbershop. Bro, listen, I'm telling you, God is so good, bro.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Everything.
All the time.
Bro,
all
listen, all the time, bro. Everything that has happened throughout my whole, like, my whole life in general, it's like I've been directed towards, like, positive shit. The places I did want, God was like, that ain't for you, bro. That's not for you. So when I hit that send button and it was my landlord, and I'm on good term, I'm a big payer. Like, I pay my bills on time, you know what I mean? But it was like, bro, it's yours. You can get 2 months free. Just pay your first month rent and move in. He gave me the keys the next day. And, bro, I broke down there crying on the phone. I called my best friend. I got a spot. Because I thought I was going to have to hang it all up. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm just rambling on, bro, but
no, bro, you're not.
And then, and from that point, like I said, the price was expensive at the time. I was paying double what I was paying over at the other spot. Couple barbers came over with me. A couple of them fell off because I'm in a new location. We got to rebuild the walk-in. They didn't have any customers come over with them, so I literally had like 2 barbers for like 2-3 years. And that shit was hard because I was coming out of my pocket. Like, I'm barely making it at that time. And like you said, I felt like throwing it in the towel. I couldn't tell you, like, bro, that shit was so stressful. But one thing about me is, like, I don't accept defeat. I'm prideful like that. Like life ain't gonna beat me, bro. You know what I mean? If anything, it's like, this shit gonna kill me before it beat me. And shit, been there 6 years. And looking at it now, the spot that I have and the amount of rent that I'm paying compared to what's going on after COVID, how everything is through the roof, man, it's like I'm so blessed, man. And I just love cutting hair, bro. I love working with people, man. I love everything, bro.
No, I love that, bro. I love that story. Like, I didn't know all that, and this is the heads up where you're at now. That's the same location I've been to, right?
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
okay. And that's a beautiful spot. I mean, I love it.
I've done so many upgrades in them within the last couple of years. I redid the floors, got brand new barber stations, brand new repainted.
Oh, it's gorgeous, bro.
It's nice down. I don't know if you see my video like last week. Like, I was leaving, and it was just me in there, and I kind of just, I said, damn, bro, I was like, this is nice. You know what I'm saying? I just took it, breathe in, just took it all in, man. It's like, the space itself has come a long way, you know what I mean? But,
yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Man, so, like, I just want to kind of recap everything you just said, bro, through my eyes, like, because now, I'm not a religious person.
Me neither.
But I'm a spiritual person.
Me too.
And I'm not knocking anybody or their religion.
Me neither.
This is not for me, right? I'm a spiritual person. I learned from all the religions, all the spirituality.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I believe in angels, right? And I believe in a higher power. And I'm not saying necessarily it's a guy in the sky pulling strings, but I believe in higher power. I believe in synchronicity. I believe in divine intervention. And I believe in angels. And I believe angels come into our life to, open up opportunities, open up our eyes, maybe save us from certain situations, right? And when you said that there was a crackhead or a meth head, hey, you know what I mean? And it's like, you could easily dismiss that. Man, let me fucking chunky up. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I could have been an angel, man. You know what I mean? Like, bringing you over here. And then you talk about the dude with I see little things in my life that I can relate to that. And it's like, when you have a higher calling, bro, when you have a purpose, you know what I'm saying? And clearly, you have a purpose.
Right.
Because look at what the barbershop has done for your life. Right? But also look at what the barbershop has done for
the people around.
Yeah. Absolutely. Your family, your communities, your children. You know what I mean? But so I think this is a great segue to maybe tell the people about what reunited me and you, because I saw you doing your thing. Not that we're like, I wasn't fucking with you, but like, we just time and distance, and then I come home after a long bid. Okay, Shaw doing here. Okay, Shaw doing his thing. And one thing about me, I don't care what we had in the past, like, as long as you hurt my family or nothing, like, like, so it's like, I want to see you do good, bro. I want to see success stories. I want to see people make it, bro. I want to help people make it. You know what I mean? And so, like, I couldn't tell you how happy I was to see you, knowing you've been through similar situations for me, came from the same hood as me, like we you know what I mean, like made a lot of the same, maybe not so great choices, right? And it's like, but you stayed strong, you stayed 10 toes down, and you fell into your purpose, bro. And so, like, I just got to give you your flowers on that level, man.
Bro. I appreciate that.
So like, when I saw you doing the Good Daddy game, which I'll let you tell them, I'll just say this, like, I was really going through something at the time with my domestic situation, which I'm not going to air out because it's private. I got love and respect for my son's mom. Things have not always been kosher, but at that time it was a low point when things were not all that kosher. I was going through things, and it's like, you know, as a father, when you don't have, especially as a convict, that's the thing. Like, bro. And you said this, and I say this over and over again at this podcast, and we're not here just to tell jail stories and prison stories, right? But a lot of us have been to prison, and a lot of y'all have people that have been to prison, and if anybody knows anybody that's ever been locked up, you could do a million good things in your life. You could be the best person in the world. You do one thing wrong, they will never, ever let it go, and you're going to be judged by that for the rest of your life. They're going to look past everything good that you ever did, right? And it's going to keep coming back to get you. How long ago was it that you caught your family?
Yeah, it was 2000. My shit was in 97?
1997. That's
my conviction was in 99. I got denied on apartment 2024.
Okay, that's almost 30 years.
Yes.
And they're still judging you, bro. So there's a lot of things I can't do, you know? And so, you know what I mean? And it's like, but then you get these angels that come in your life. You ain't have to have no credit approval or no background check for, what's your bro's name that blessed you?
Rakesh.
Shout out Rakesh, man. Shout out Rakesh,
bro.
You know, because
God. When I say God, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about the higher power.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all want to call them, that's your business. You know what I'm saying?
The light that we can't see, bro.
We can't see. Well, the source.
The source of light that we can't see.
But like you say, like the word will set you up for failure. But if he say it's a go, it's a go.
That's right.
It's just gonna be a different way than your conventional way. You know what I'm saying?
That's why sometimes, man, we gotta get stubborn. We gotta get foolish downright.
Yeah.
Right? Because if everybody's telling you to go left, but you know what's for you is right,
you gotta go right.
You gotta go right.
You gotta follow your heart.
It don't matter what the world doing.
And even like when I was telling you, like I was looking for a loan from a bank. Look how you stopped that. I was gonna go sign a 30% interest on 10 grand. I don't even know what to pay out. And it's like I got told no, and that hurt my feelings. But then this man gave me 10 grand, said just give me the 10 back. So it's like everything is like when you look back on it, it really saves you.
Well,
you know
I'll tell you an ongoing theme in my life, and I bet you could identify with this. Rejection is protection.
Yes.
If you look at it like that, you know, and it's like I'm going through like my whole transformation, my whole light bulb moment. It happened in prison. You know what I mean? Like I looked at like all the people I thought were for me, they were nowhere to be seen, and the people that were for me that I had been neglecting were right there with me. You know what I mean?
So what would you say? Neglection is protection. I like
rejection.
That. Rejection is protection.
Yeah, absolutely. Because here we think. You know, I mean, it could be a girl. You like this girl, and that girl ain't nothing but trouble.
Drug your ass.
She saved you when she denied you that day.
Right,
you know what I mean? Or like that loan that could have buried you, ate up all your profits. Business could have folded in the first 6 months. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then you find this big, beautiful blessing, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so it's like, one thing I can say is, I read a book when I was up the road by Dan Millman. He was an Olympic gold medalist. It was called No Ordinary Moments. He had a more popular book called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. That warrior that's like pretty popular. But No Ordinary Moments was a big eye opener for me because like it's just talking about how much value is added to your life when you recognize that there's miracles in everything. There's wonder in everything. And there are no mistakes, and everything is divinity, and everything, right? And if you can look like that, then you know. Somebody tells you no, rejection is protection, right? Yeah, and like you put your pants on, make it a ritual. You know what I mean? Make it a ritual. There's no ordinary moments, man. When we live our life like that, we add so much value to our lives. Yeah. We add so much value to the lives of other people. You know what I mean? And I believe, you know, to a certain extent, you live your life like that, maybe subconsciously, maybe consciously, right? But like you get up early, you make sure your shop is straight, you do everything methodically, man. There's no ordinary moments in what you do to build your legacy, your pyramid, so to speak. What you have, what you're building to last, to support your family, to feed yourself and your family, and to, you know, make your contribution to this earth, bro, in this life. So tell us about Good Daddy Gang.
All right, so I had a situation go down with my kid's mother, and so we broke up 2015, 16. And she told me too. She said, "You leave me, you will never see these kids."
Oh,
and she was about that. So I left her. Maybe 2016 came. I used to go eat lunch with them in school. Like I show up once a week, bring them McDonald's, just keeping in contact with them. And in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, at some point, this girl gonna loosen up on the strings. She wouldn't let me come over and see the kids. She wouldn't bring the kids with me. She wouldn't let me pick up the kids. I was pretty much being alienated from my own children. So 2017 comes, she's not budging. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take her to court. So I go to the child support office. We have an open child support case. I went to the child support office. They kind of instructed me how to open up a case. I did that. Got in front of a judge probably like 6 months later. The judge granted me every other Sunday. Okay, so when I took her to court in St. Pete because we was from Pinellas. I was supposed to take her to court in Tampa because both were living in Hillsborough. So the judge gave me my kids back every other weekend, and then they were going to send my paperwork back over to Tampa. Okay, cool. About a year goes by. I'm getting them every other Sunday. I'm not hearing nothing from the judge, from the court system, because I wanted my kids more. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So finally, I go up there. They're like, look, you got to refile your paperwork. I'm like, shit. I was like, damn. 2020 hits. Everything's shut down. Calling my baby mama. She's not letting me see the kids on Sunday. I haven't seen my kids in like 6 to 8 months at this point, bro. I'm crying. When COVID hit, bro, I was doing a lot of drinking. I was doing a lot of crying. I had to shut the business down for a minute. Bro. It was a hard time for some people.
That's when I came to see you.
Yeah,
I came to see you during all that
time. Yep. So, just something spoke to me. I used to make some posts on social media, and some dudes would hit me up going through the same type of shit. And us as men, we're supposed to be strong and resilient. And men, we carry around so much stress on our shoulders that when we do air our stuff out, some people can take that as a weakness. And I was just like, bro, these are my fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd get online and make a post, and these dudes would hit me up. So I found out it just wasn't me going through this. It's a culture of people going through the same thing. So someone was like, you know what? I had this great idea. I was like, let me start this nonprofit organization. And while I was doing this, I was going, still battling the court system at the time with her. So I was like, let me start this organization, a nonprofit. My plan was to get grants from the government, and whatever money they gave me, I was going to have a network of lawyers to pay to get dudes their visitation rights back. Because the fucked up thing is, these women can put you on child support like that. No lawyer, no court. I mean, you got to get a court date, but they can just go sign your shit. Boom, you're on child support. To get visitation, bro, it's a whole. You got to go to mediation. You have to go, bro. They gave me a book that thick full of paper. Oh yeah, sign it, and it's all legal jargon. I don't know none of this. You got to get a lawyer to do this. So
and a lawyer,
buku bucks. So I wanted to get funded to help myself out and to help other brothers out, because at the end of the day, not even that, women hit me up. The kids' father kept the kids. People sometimes use kids as a weapon when they want to attack you personally. Sadly, and really, it hurts you, but it also hurts your kids.
And that's what they don't see.
They don't see, and but they do see, and they don't. Some of them see and they don't care. And that's fucked up.
Agreed.
That's super fucked up. So that was my plan. Now at this time, shout out to Christy Walkto. She works for the lawyer that handled Hulk Hogan's case.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan's divorce. Top-notch lawyer. Beautiful building downtown South Tampa. Millionaire type shit. Yeah. So she gave me a deal, bro. She's like, give me $5,000 and I'll work this for you. And I gave her the $5,000. I was making some good money back then because I opened my business back up when I wasn't supposed to, when COVID was hitting, and people were looking out for me. Like I was charging regular prices. People throwing me double for haircuts. I was stacking my money. So all the money I made from COVID, I gave to the lawyer to get my kids back. And she did a great job. All the way until the end, my money ran out. I actually owed her $2,500, and she just couldn't go anymore for free, and I just couldn't pay for it. But yeah, that was the whole thing, man. I was trying to build organization to help people that was going through the same thing that I was going through. And be honest with you, when I was fighting my own case, I was getting too overwhelmed with other people's problems, because I'm like a sympathist. Like, You tell me your stress, I eat that energy, and then you tell me, and listen, I'm just sitting back. I tried to do the grants, bro. That shit is a whole mission. I thought it was just gonna be like filling out
a full-time job.
Bro, that's big paperwork.
And you trying to run a business,
right? It got so much that I couldn't carry it, bro, and I was still going through my own fight. You know, this is like probably about a year in, bro, and it put a lot on my shoulders. But I know I inspired. There's 3 guys. I ain't gonna say their names, I won't put them out there, but I inspired them to go get their kids back. I couldn't help them financially or with a lawyer, but they would have questions, I would relay it to my lawyer. My lawyer would hit me back and tell, oh, you need this paperwork. Go, boom. So it was 3 dudes I did help out. So really I'm batting 1,000 helping people. You know what I'm saying? So it worked out for me. When everything came down with mine, when my lawyer had to step away, my last court date, I went in there and the judge told me when I filed the paperwork, I filed it wrong, so I had to refile. That was some bullshit he told me because my baby mama had a lawyer at the time. I came back in the last one, I didn't. So pretty much my case got thrown to the side, but I still had my every other Sunday. So right now I'm still on every other Sunday. I just got tired of fighting, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I was so stressed out doing that, and my kid's mom still won't let me get them on days she won't let them stay the night with me. And it's a shame, like, we just got back from vacation. My daughter wants to go on vacation with us. And I'm like, you know the vibe. Like, it's not me. I would take you in a heartbeat. And it's just a bad situation. But me personally, like, I sleep as best as I could at night because I know where my heart's at. And I know I tried. And I fucking tried, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate. That's why, young men, you have to be so careful with your sperm, my boy, because that shit, like, you do not want to go through that. Y'all don't want to go through that.
You better take heed.
I'm telling you, man. Listen to Unc, bro. Listen, I'm telling you, that motherfucker crazy or giving you red flags, get up out of there, bro, because it's not worth it. You create a life, and then it's like, you know, my kids suffer for that. I already know they're scarred because of everything that's transpired. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, if I could do it all over again, it would just be a different story. But, you know, it is what it is, and we just try to make the best of it.
Well, let me just say this, man. You inspired me when you were doing that. Mm-hmm. So you definitely touched more than 3 people. I know that. You know,
well, I'm saying I helped 3 get their actual kids back.
See, I love that. I love that. And then, but like, you were also like, I know you didn't get to do exactly what you intended to do, and that wasn't easy. But you still inspired a lot of people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you had people, you motivated people to go take action, and because a lot of times the courts get involved and you just give up. I can't tell you how many times.
It's a lot of time. Us as men, we have so much going on in our life anyway. Work, bills, like men, like we are providers, bro. We have so much going on. We don't even want to go to court for our kids because it's like, why am I going to court for my child?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of men that are good dads, but they just give up because they're like,
who wants the government all in their shit?
That
like
part
that?
Too. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's a tough situation to be in at that time. If you got money to pay, I got my homeboy Greg. Shout out to Greg. Greg got he got full custody of his kids, but he don't worry about none of that. All he does is shoot his lawyer $5,000 a month. I ain't got $5,000 a month to shoot no damn lawyer.
Well, that's the whole thing, and it's always made the best lawyer win.
That's it.
We could tell stories all day, bro, about that. We all know people in those messed up situations.
Right.
But man, I just want to say I appreciate you and what you did with that. Mm-hmm. Like, you kind of pulled me out of a space. I had to come get one of the T-shirts, bro.
Yeah.
You know
and I appreciate that. Yeah,
absolutely.
And you know, it showed me too. A lot of people were supporting that, and I'm forever grateful for that, man. You even coming up and getting a T-shirt like that just let me know, okay, I am on the right path. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro.
So that was dope.
No doubt you're on the right path. You know what I mean? Like, it's divine intervention. We're not even in control, bro. Like, it's got us both on this platform together, telling our story despite all odds.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because neither one of us is supposed to be here right now talking like this, and here we are. Yeah. So clearly we are supposed to be here.
Right,
right where we need to be.
Facts.
So bro, I want you to tell these people what you got going on, where they can find you. If there's anything else that you needed to get off your chest today, I don't want to do all the talking. I want to let you get it off, bro. You know what I mean?
What I'm seeing in the future, I noticed one thing. Like, I've been cutting hair for 15, 16 years. So I got some young barbers around me now that are very talented. But what it's showing me is like I'm fading away in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my clients are going bald. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, hey, look, hey, me too. Hey, listen. So what it's showing me is like, okay, I have to figure something out soon because at some point, like I don't want to just own a barbershop and not work in there. You know what I'm saying? Once I'm done with that barbershop, I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure out the next move right now. Me and my wife are looking for, we just got back from a trip from Puerto Rico. We were staying at an Airbnb. Listen, put y'all up on game. Houses in Puerto Rico right now, bro, you can get an 8-bedroom, 5-bathroom house. It's not gonna be all pretty. 175, 150. Airbnb that bitch out. That's my next move. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to. We got some things in the works right now to try to do that because at some point, like I'm already got a little arthritis in the hand. You know what I'm saying? You always got to know you can't do anything forever, especially if it's physical. And it's like, yo, you just cut hair, bro. I'm on my feet sometimes 12 hours a day, not moving. I don't even take lunch breaks. That's the back bending down, scooping the hair and all that. So. So you know, we just trying to make more steps. You know what I mean? Looking at one thing I'm looking at too is like land, bro. That's where it's at. It's not your jewelry. It's not your car. It's not the house you have. It's the land, bro. That shit is so important, man. So. Yeah, that's just it. That's in the next moves, man. I mean, barbering's been so good to me, and I'm so like the community that it's built. I've got so much friends and family from barbering, man. It's just awesome, man. It's awesome, and I love it. That's my vehicle. That's gonna take me to the next spot. And like I said, if anybody's listening, we are always down to do like charity events. If anybody's got any charity events, I love to give, man. I don't give a damn if it's a Saturday. Whatever day, you know what I'm saying? We do churches, we do back to school events. If I could fit some more, I would love giving. I feel so good after giving. Like, it's just an awesome feeling, man. So if anybody, y'all know anything, any like, you know, kids, veterans, like any type of events going on, please feel free to reach out, man.
So let's give them some jewels real quick, man. What advice do you have for anybody, young or old, anybody that's out there that's going for something? What can you share with them to help pull them through, man?
What do you mean by like going for something like
whatever it be? Maybe they just trying to get through the day, man. Maybe they got a big dream. Maybe they want to be a barber.
You know what? I've had some very dark days, and what you have to do, you got to get your mental right first, man. That's got to be your thing, bro. Your brain is the most powerful thing you can have on you, and you know, you got to get sleep. You got to. If you're having a hard time, look at what you're doing. If you're drinking all the time, if you're smoking, even if it's weed, bro. I know depressed weed heads. Like, you have to be in control of yourself, you know what I'm saying, to the point where it's like you are a vehicle. And if you're trying to get to point A to point B, you got to cut out the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym. You ain't got to be a gym rat, but you know, go get a little pump on. Don't eat fast food all the time. You know what I'm saying? Pull yourself up out the hole, because ain't nobody coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. You got to get yourself out of the hole. A lot of times people put themselves in holes and they want to blame the world for it. But it's like, it's you, my boy. We are in control. We are gods on this earth, and we create. So it's like, you got to, you know, get your meditation on, read a book, bro. Get off of social media all the time. Like it's real out here, man. And one thing about social media too is like there's a lot of great information on there. It ain't just bitches and big booties. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great if little short clips. My timeline is just full of positive shit.
That's right.
Like, I scroll and I get inspired.
Yeah.
Get your shit like that.
Get that algorithm working for you. Stop liking all the butts and the violence and the dumb shit. And start liking the inspiration, the motivation.
If you want to change, like what you put in your eyes, it's like eating, bro. It's going, like we were talking about earlier with the music and all that. Now, I still listen to, like, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, I'm putting more positive things in my sight than negative things. Yeah, man. So I would definitely say, man, like take control of your life, man.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, if you're depressed and you got to go see a doctor, go see a doctor.
Self-care, man.
You got to take care of yourself, especially as men, because I'm telling you, bro, nobody's coming to save us, bro. We got to do it ourselves, man.
That's right.
Definitely.
That's right.
Definitely, bro.
I love it, bro.
Yeah, man.
So, bro, promote yourself, man. Where can the people find you? Where can they connect with you?
I'm on.
Tell them about the barbershop. Where they, you know what I mean?
Okay, check me out on IG, because that's my platform. Hold on, I already getting rid of TikTok. Is that true?
I mean, they say that. We'll see. I think it's too big for them to get rid of. They're gonna figure something out.
They were saying something's going on that team, but
that's what they say.
Scissor_Shaw. That's on Instagram. Facebook is Shaw McLaughlin, but I'm more an Instagram dude. I do little stories, and you know, I get on there and get stupid and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just Scissor Shaw, right?
Scissor_Shaw.
Scissor_Shaw.
Shaw. Yep. Yeah, and then if you're in the Brandon Riverview area, 106 East Bloomingdale Avenue. Y'all can pull up anytime, man. We got great barbers there. Great vibe. Women, you don't got to be scared to come in. Very respectful. My shop is all about good vibes and respect. As soon as you walk in, you're gonna feel that. We ain't on no fuck shit in there. I got great people in there. You know what I'm saying? Surround myself with good barbers. And make me get people comfortable, get them in and out, man. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's it, bro. That's all my information.
Well, man, listen, bro. So real quick, because we got to make sure I get the spelling right.
Mm-hmm.
The people probably tired of me over and over again. I got to make sure I send them to the right place, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Scissor Shaw on IG. Mm-hmm. That's SCISSOR_SHAW. Scissor_Shaw.
Not Sean, because people still to this day, I'll be like, what's your name? They're like, Sean.
See, that's why I want to make sure I spell it. That's SCISSOR_SHAW.
Hey, not for nothing, bro. I like them shoes, bro.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. That's love. But listen, man, I can't thank you enough, bro.
No, man, I appreciate you.
You blessed the platform. Mm. You know what I mean? I got to pull up on you in the barbershop, and I can vouch the barbershop is nothing but good vibes.
Oh, yeah, and hold on real quick. While we here, you know, I had to,
yes, sir.
You know, bless my man. I wear these so much. My mother-in-law is like, you have any other shirts? So, yeah, this is my man, Michael Paul.
Oh, that's love, bro.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, no doubt.
I appreciate you. And man, I had one for you, but it got left on the.
Man, you can mail it, bro.
I got you. I'm gonna pull up on the barbershop, bro.
Yeah.
So if you're not watching, if you're listening, my man just blessed me with a beautiful Heads Up Barbershop T-shirt. So if y'all in the area, you pull up on the shop, get you one, get you some merch. I know you got merch on deck over there.
I wanted to do hats, man. I haven't gotten to that game yet. I actually want to change my logo though. I want to make it more like urbanish, like something that like I don't know. I'm
gonna put you on to somebody.
Okay.
We're gonna talk after.
Okay.
So real quick, anything you want to say in closing?
No, that's it, man. I just respect what you're doing, man. I just want to say, bro, I don't know exactly what you went through. But I know, like, I know what it is to go to prison and come home. And like I said, I was only gone for like a year and some change. You was going for like 8. That's a long time. So for you to get back, hit the ground, and pick yourself up, man, nothing but respect, bro.
Respect, bro.
Real talk, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
We
came a long way.
We came a long way.
Who knew way back then we'd be right here right now?
On this show, I'm telling you, bro, it's a blessing.
Yes,
it's an amen, brother. Amen.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank y'all for checking in. It's Live Struggle Legacy. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button, drop a comment. If you're following us on a streaming platform, make sure you hit the follow button, drop us a review, tell us what you think, tell your friends. If you want to sponsor us and have us talk about your business, man, holler at me. It's Live Struggle Legacy with Scissor Shaw.
Yeah.
We building pyramids.
My boy. Appreciate you.
Live Struggle Legacy. It's a whole movement.